Hello, my name's Tim. Welcome to Tim Burbage Reads. Today I'm going to be doing a review of Danny, the Champion of the World by Roald Dahl. So this was one of my mystery book challenge for September because September the 13th is Roald Dahl Day. Would be Roald Dahl's 104th birthday, I think, or something like that. Maybe 108th. Yeah, I'd never read this book before. I didn't really know anything about it. So I'll just read the back to you, and then I'll kind of go through my thoughts on it. So, Danny thinks the world of his father, but imagine his surprise when he finds out he's been breaking the law. Even grown-ups bend the rules sometimes, but Danny knows his father is still good, kind, and clever, and full of exciting ideas. Join them in this thrilling adventure, as they hope to pull off the most daring and dangerous plan ever. So, it's on the front cover, so you could see that the crime is poaching pheasants, and it's poaching pheasants from Victor Hazel, this horrible man up here. But it's not really about that. That's the plot, but that's not what the main point of the story is. The main point of the story is a connection between a man and his son. It's told from Danny's perspective, and it's quite interesting because it starts off with there are pictures in here, illustrations by Quentin Blake, but it actually starts off with a photograph of like, this is what Danny's like as a baby, and then it cuts to that's what he's like now, age 9, I think. And this doesn't have really any fantastical elements to it. There's no magic, there's no crazy lands or strange characters. Everyone in here is very normal. I would say Victor Hazel's a bit over the top, but I've seen people act like him, especially to people who they think are their lessers, which is not a nice way to behave. So, but it's about Danny and the love that he has for his dad, because it's just the two of them, and they run a little petrol station, and they live in a little gypsy caravan next to the petrol station. And his dad just has to look after him. So his dad teaches him the things that he knows how to do. And so he could fix a motor, he could fix an engine before he goes to school, because that's something that they do. They work in the shop and in the petrol station, in the garage. And reading this as a dad, I loved this. I thought this was brilliant. I thought the connection between a parent and child is so strong in ways that you don't even imagine, because Danny really idolizes his dad. And then and one thing that's great is that the dad really champions his own son. He calls him Danny the champion of the world. And that's something that I wish to do as a parent, is to make my children feel like they can do anything. So one thing I really liked about this was, in terms of the pheasant poaching, is how you meet other people in this small village and what their reactions and how they behave. Feels a bit Hot Fuzz in a way. Just the fact that kind of all these people have like an unspoken bond between them, I found quite entertaining and a bit of a surprise. And I thought the ending, the kind of finale of it, was really enjoyable to read, and it didn't have any of Roald Dahl's typical kind of darkness, like nobody dies or gets eaten or gets stretched out or thrown in the garbage chute, or anything like that. But it's still got that cheeky edge to it, because ultimately it's about poaching. It's about committing crimes. It's about a man committing crimes with his son. But it just has, even though it does have that kind of naughty edge to it, it's just so loving and caring, and I really, really enjoyed it. So for me, this was a 5 stars. It may not be, we haven't had like a TV or film adaptation of this. We haven't had a musical adaptation of this. But I would really, really recommend reading this. I think especially if you have a son, I think he would. I can't wait to read this to my boy. So, yeah, 5 stars. And now get out of my house!